What's going on, guys? My name is Bradley Jared. I'm joined again with Ivan Chorney, 13-year Miami Realtor, and he's seen it all, he's done it all, and he's here to give you advice. If you're just getting your license now, or you're just getting started as a realtor a year ago or so, he's seen guys come in and crush it, and he's seen the guys and girls come in and just crash and burn and fail miserably and then leave real estate and never get in again. So Ivan, thank you so much for joining me. We'll do our handshake as always, even though you've been here for about half hour.
Yeah, we did that about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, about 10 minutes ago, and you'll see it probably one more time too. And so let's dive in. You've been around for 13 years. New realtors that get their license, what separates the ones that do great, you know, either off the bat or in the next couple of years, and the ones that just give up, it's too hard, and they quit and they fail miserably?
Well, I think it's, it's like what we had discussed earlier, is expectations. I think, I think a lot of people they're not planning properly, so they don't have that cushion. They haven't saved up, maybe $10,000, $20,000. You want to have a couple months worth of rent, savings, enough to support yourself for a couple months, until you can kind of get that thing in motion.
How many months would you say, if you were getting started, or when you got started?
I mean, listen, not everybody can put 6 months of rent and savings away. But if you can, if you really want to plan and be smart about it, I would put 6 months of savings away in order to cover all your expenses. And
so is that transitioning from a full-time job to real estate, or would you recommend someone go down to part-time at their work and then start part-time?
I mean, obviously that is one of the options, is to go to transition and do real estate part-time. I find, because in a way that's what I did. I was part-time, and I think the learning curve and the amount of time it took me to be successful was so much longer because I was not immersed in it. I'm a huge believer of immersion. Get in there, like soak it up, and then it really sticks with you more, and you'll get from point A to point Z much faster. Right. So yeah, I would say, if you can make the full transition, if you can put that money aside and say, listen, I'm going into real estate, I'm going to do it 110%, then do it. Maybe that's not a possibility for you, and you're going to have to do it part-time. If that's the case, then you're really going to, I think, have to be really well organized and diligent about the use of your time, and make sure that you have a plan for that time. Because I know my first 6 months, I got my license and I literally sat there at a desk and I was like,
oh crap.
Well, okay, all that stuff I learned in that exam, in that course, what do I do with it?
Crap for you. Yep.
So there was my first 6 months right there. I had the part-time job, so I was kind of going back and forth, and I did this back and forth thing for a long time, and I didn't really start to have tremendous success until about 2 years ago, when I was like, that's it, I'm real estate 110%.
Right. So looking back, do you regret not getting in 110% 9 years before, 10 years before?
Well, I'm not a guy with a lot of regrets.
Okay. But that's one of them.
Yeah, no,
I'm just kidding.
No, I had a great 10 years. I mean, I was modeling, I was having fun in Miami. It's an amazing city.
He was a janitor on the side.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong if you're a janitor, but here in Miami, he's a model, so it's not like the most painful job on the side.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you would be further ahead in your career now if you would have jumped and made that leap.
Absolutely.
10 years ago. You'd have, who knows, maybe several offices or whatever your goals would be.
I mean, I see some realtors that got into the business 5 years ago, and they're doing as well as me, if not better, and I've been in the business 14 years. So, there are people that went in and they were like all in, you know what I mean? And that's where I was 2 years ago.
So the takeaway would be, jump in and be fully immersed in real estate as much as you can be.
Yeah,
so
commit.
If you have to have a part-time job or another income, do it, but don't be watching Netflix at home. Use all that free time to really immerse yourself as much as possible.
Right, get that mentor, get on that team, read, take as many courses as you can, like continuing ed courses, those are the ones that are really going to make the difference.
So what else have you seen from people that have crashed and burned? People that got their license, they were excited, and then a year later, you never talk to them again.
I think that's probably like lots of other areas, whether it be competing in sports or any other field of business. It's just about being tenacious. You got to be tenacious. And what I just see people give up. People give up after a year. They're like, I don't have any clients, I can't, I don't have a network. It's too hard. I don't understand the business. I can't get listings.
And it goes along with expectations too.
You can get all those things. I mean, when I moved to Miami, I didn't know a single person. Now I've got this massive network. I mean, a couple of years ago, I was trying to think of things I could do to build my network. I started a flag football team.
Nice, there you go.
And the quarterback gave me his house to sell.
Yeah, that's a good investment right there.
That's just one thing, if you're moving to Miami, get on a team, join a club. Like, you just got to get in there. You got to network. You got to get out there. You got to put yourself out there.
Okay, so that's the biggest difference you've seen between people. So I guess it's patience. So it's kind of like tenacity, patience, and expectations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And then be willing to share. So once you start kind of figuring it out, maybe find someone who's figured out another part of it that you haven't figured out. Maybe someone that's, if you're not strong in marketing, but you're doing better in the networking, try to find someone who's really doing well with the marketing side of it, and join forces. If not on everything, maybe you join forces on some stuff. Yeah,
and if you have a great partner, the whole journey, the whole experience will be more enjoyable too. They'll pick up your slack when you're have family issues or something. If you're sick,
go on vacation,
vice versa. But if it's a partner that complements your weaknesses or makes up for your weaknesses, complements your strengths, and vice versa, motivates you, and then you just 1 + 1 = 3 rather than 1 + 1 = 2, because now they're a marketing genius and you suck at marketing, but man, you are just great with the knowledge, and you can combine that and become so much more powerful than each of you separately. Kind of like a marriage or any other partnership in life, where if you don't bring each other up and become better versions of yourselves and become a better, bigger whole, then what's the point?
Yeah, I always think back to this cartoon. I don't know if you're too young.
Probably.
Voltron? Did you ever see that?
A bit too young. Happy to say I'm a bit too young.
So they got these 5 little lion robots, and they all come together and they make this big, strong robot.
It's like what's that? Power Rangers.
Yeah,
like Power Rangers.
Okay, that's probably the more modern version of it. Yeah,
so if you're out there somewhere, you got a cartoon where it makes sense for you. So thank you so much, Ivan. That was awesome.
Thanks, buddy.
Remember, guys, patience, have realistic expectations, immerse yourself in the material, partner up. If you find someone that can offer value that you don't have, and you could offer value that they don't have, it can make the journey a lot more enjoyable.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Millennials Guide to Real Estate. I'm Bradley Jared. This is Ivan Chorney. Check the description below to contact Ivan with any questions you have about the Miami market, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.
See you later.